A while back, I developed a 3D printed fixture that bolts onto a 321 block that could be used in combination with a surface plate to mark your knives. Now, I sold about 10 to 15 of these myself by 3D printing them, packaging them, and shipping them, but honestly, that is not the game that I want to be in, and it takes a lot of time and effort to fulfill a bunch of orders for a part like this. So I shelved the project for a few years until I heard about a company called Slant 3D. And what this company does is it will take all my orders from the website, 3D print them, and ship them to the final customer without me having to do any printing or shipping on my own. To test the process, I shipped one to myself, and we'll be opening this guy up and seeing the quality of the print to see that if this is a feasible option for all of you out there who want to get your hands on one of these 3D printed jigs. All right, so let's open her up. All right, seems to be packaged fairly well. I had these printed in PETG, not PLA, because I feel like having a better temperature resistant item is ideal for knife makers in their hot shops. So this is the packaging here. Let's open her up. We have our main jig here, and then we have some 3D printed hardware. All right. I made sure that each of these will ship with extra hardware, so we're gonna actually have more pieces than we need, probably one more of each. So just under first inspection, this looks pretty good. That's a little lighter than what I was printing. I was printing almost 100% solid plastic pieces. You don't get to choose that option with Slant 3D. So these have a certain amount of infill associated with them, probably 20 to 30%. So they're definitely a little lighter than the ones I was using, but we're gonna put them onto a 321 block and see if they get the job done. So some things that won't be included in this kit is obviously a 321 block. You'll have to provide your own one of these. Also a 3/8 of an inch by 16 thread, 2.5 inch bolt. And lastly, something for marking. I like using these fine tip Sharpies. They fit perfectly in this holder. You can also use carbide scribes or pencils or whatever you desire to use as a marking device. If you're going to be ordering this kit and you want these 3 specific items, I'll put the links down below so you can order them yourself. I actually ordered all 3 of these from Amazon, so those links will be affiliate links, and thank you for using them because Redbeard Ops gets a small kickback if you do. So with that, let's get this guy assembled. 321 blocks have 3/8 by 16 threads, and that's what these bolts are all printed to. So the first thing to do is to lay down your 321 block, take your jig, and lay it on top. You can see that you have 3 holes that line up. We're going to use these orange tapered bolts to screw the plastic jig onto the 321 block. I have a very large screwdriver here that I'll be using. Note, I wouldn't use a drill or impact to do this just because we're dealing with plastic bolts. So the good news here is that this thread looks like it was printed appropriately. It is threading into the 321 block just fine. I wouldn't put a ton of tension here just because, like I said, these are plastic pieces. With the height scribe, you're not going to be putting a lot of torque or weight on this item, or at least you shouldn't be. This is purely a marking instrument, so it doesn't need to be super solid and super strong because you're not going to be putting a lot of force on it. Also, if you do have problems with any of this hardware, that is why I'll put an extra one in there. You never know, maybe one to break off on you. I don't think it will, but it could happen. So I'm very lightly snugging these guys down. Yep, we're on there real good. We're solidly attached. The next step is going to be using our long 2.5 inch bolt here. I designed this so that the head of the bolt will be captured on the inside, and then this will be the main pivot for the entire jig. So we're going to go ahead and insert that guy through. You can see that it is captured on this side. We have our rotating block here. I want you to note that there is an offset on the hole going through it. I want that to be as far away from the jig as possible to give you as much clearance as possible with your marking instrument. Once that's on your bolt, we have our retaining nut here. This is kind of more of a knob than a nut. And the idea here is that the force provided by this knob will hold your marking instrument in place once you have it set up the way you want it. So we're just going to screw this guy on here. Obviously, you could use other 3/8 by 16 hardware here, but I figured I might as well just print the knob. Lastly, let's go ahead and put our Sharpie in. It's a little bit of a tight fit with these Sharpies, which is good. I have some set screws here. These are 1/4 inch by 20. So we're just going to put those in on the side. Actually, the first time that I run these through, I'm going to go ahead and just take the Sharpie out so I can visually see how far we're getting in there with the set screws. You know, if you have some 1/4 inch hardware, it may make sense to run that through here first, just to make sure these threads are basically tapped. Because I feel just a little bit of stickage on this plastic set screw. It's not bad though, but I can envision it snapping off, you never know. So if you do have some 1/4 inch hardware, I would advise going ahead and running that through these threads the first time. Then you'll probably never need to do it again. I don't know if you can hear that, but this is what it sounds like. Just a little bit of torque there. All right, now that we have the 2 set screws just above the opening, I'm gonna go ahead and put our Sharpie back in here. See it moves freely. And I'm gonna tighten down these set screws gently, and it locks the guy in there. So that's it. Now we have our jig. We can turn this up and down like so, and then tighten up the location we want it to be at, and mark our workpiece. Also note that this kind of marks the lower position. If you want to mark something up high, like if you have something sitting up here, you just loosen this guy up, flip this all the way around, tighten it back, and now you can mark something that's pretty high up. So maybe like this. So we'll go ahead and just mark this box real fast. Get this side too. Yeah, works pretty good. So big picture, this print seems perfectly usable. I feel comfortable opening up orders to all of y'all if you want to get your hands on one of these jigs. So if you've seen me use this in my videos, now's your chance to get one of your own. These orders will be fulfilled by Slant 3D, and just note that it takes 9 to 14 days to get your order because they get the order in, then they have a large assembly line of printers, so it just takes a while to get it printed and shipped to your house. Lastly, before I sign off here, I want to note that the 3D print files for this guy are free now in the Redbeard Ops library. So look back through my videos, find that video on the open source library, and you can go download them yourself. So when I was editing this video, I came across a few more things that I thought were worth noting. First of all is that I wouldn't advise putting this jig on and off of the 321 block frequently. I just took off my old jig that I printed out of PLA, and the bolts sheared. So that is an old PLA jig, maybe 2 years at this point, and the heating and cooling cycles in my garage was just enough for the bolts to shear. Now it's not the end of the world because I did design this jig to be used with standard hardware, so I'll put some links in the description below for some metal 3/8 by 16 bolts that you could use as replacements if something ever happens to your plastic ones. Finally, I realized that I don't need 2 of these jigs, so I'll be giving this orange one away to one of my Patreons on Patreon or one of my members on YouTube. If you are a member and you want to take part in a giveaway, go ahead and comment on the Patreon post or the YouTube video with a comment along the lines of "put me in for the jig," and maybe also an idea for a future video for Redbeard Ops. As always, if y'all have any questions or ideas, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll catch y'all on the flip side.